You've been lied to. Everything you think you know about herpes? Wrong. But what if I told you that 2/3 of the world has it? And what if the real problem with herpes isn't the virus, but the ridiculous shame society has slapped on it? Herpes isn't rare. It's not dirty. And unless you're an infant or immunocompromised, it's not even dangerous. It's just another virus like the flu or chickenpox. But thanks to outdated myths and straight-up misinformation, millions of people live in unnecessary fear, too ashamed to talk about it, too nervous to get tested, and sometimes too scared to even date. Today we're breaking that silence. So let's talk about herpes, because statistically, you already know someone who has it, or maybe, surprise, it's you. Herpes is caused by the herpes simplex virus, which comes in 2 flavors, HSV1, usually oral, and HSV2, usually genital. But here's where things get messy. HSV1 can totally show up down there, and HSV2 can pop up here. All thanks to creative transmission methods, looking at you, oral sex. Once you catch it, the virus moves in like a bad roommate, crashing in your nerve cells forever. It spends most of its time just chilling, but sometimes it wakes up and causes outbreaks. The fun part? You can spread herpes even when you have no symptoms at all, thanks to something called asymptomatic shedding. That means someone can be walking around looking totally fine and still pass it on through kissing, sex, or even sharing something as innocent as a lip balm. The first outbreak is usually the worst: blisters, flu-like symptoms, and regret. But after that, some people barely get symptoms again, while others might get occasional flare-ups triggered by stress, sickness, or, ironically, too much fun. Getting diagnosed is simple: a swab if you have symptoms, a blood test if you're just curious, but most people never get tested because doctors don't routinely check for herpes unless you ask. Now, can herpes be cured? Nope. It's annoyingly good at hiding in the body, but it can be managed with antiviral meds, which reduce outbreaks and lower the risk of transmission. Lifestyle changes, stress management, and safe sex practices help too. Condoms and treatment. Oh, and yes, condoms help, but since herpes lives on the skin, they're not a 100% shield. Science is working on vaccines and potential cures, but for now, treatment focuses on keeping it in check. But let's be real. The worst thing about herpes isn't the virus, it's the stigma. It's one of the most common infections on the planet, yet people act like it's a punishment. Spoiler alert, it's not. You wouldn't judge someone for getting chickenpox, so why is herpes any different? The shame causes more damage than the virus itself, making people feel isolated when they shouldn't. The truth? Millions of people with herpes live perfectly normal, happy lives, dating, having kids, and doing literally everything everyone else does. So, let's stop making herpes a big, scary secret. It's time to ditch the shame, talk openly, and treat it for what it actually is: a skin condition, not a life sentence. Now, I'll leave you to discuss in the comments. Why do you think herpes carries such a heavy stigma when it's so common? If you liked this video, hit that subscribe button. Take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and I'll catch you soon in another video.